UNC versus the SEC. We give it a look. Hey, welcome back to the Voice of College Football. We do appreciate you being here, and we appreciate you subscribing, liking the video, doing all those good things to help support the channel. The Amazon link, when you shop on Amazon, it's in the description section of all the videos, and you help us build the channel. It doesn't cost you a penny. Same shopping experience. So please use the Amazon link. All right, North Carolina against the SEC. We looked at the Big Ten. Check out the video. We've also torn apart this situation in regards to what does North Carolina look like as a school academically? What is the fit in the Big Ten? What's the fit in the SEC? The media market and the football tradition, the current football status, recruiting, all of that. We've looked at it. Check out the videos in the comments section. Specifically, where we're going in this video is UNC versus the SEC. Recent history. Let's look at it. Tons of games against South Carolina, and I like this out-of-conference matchup. It should be played on a regular basis, and it pretty much is. In 2023, North Carolina had 11 sacks out of a bad defense in this game against Spencer Rattler and won 31-17 against a South Carolina team that fell to 5-7. Of course, UNC finished at 8-5. They played in 2021 in the Duke's Mayo Bowl. Now, South Carolina won that game for Shane Beamer, 38-21, and North Carolina finished at 6-7. Take it back to 2020, and an Orange Bowl appearance. So North Carolina's never won a major bowl game. They had a shot against Texas A&M, but they were missing Sam Howell, their two best wide receivers, their two best running backs. They lost by 2 touchdowns to a 9-1 Texas A&M team in 2020. The win against South Carolina in 2019, that was Sam Howell's first game, and that North Carolina team was much improved from the two previous Larry Fedora teams and finished 7-6. Go back to Kirby Smart's first season at Georgia. That was his first game, and they beat North Carolina 33-24. Both teams finished at 8-5. Then you see a couple more South Carolina games, 2015, 2013 against Steve Spurrier, and that bunch in 2015, of course, Will Muschamp, a 3-9 South Carolina team, won 17-13 in the opener against a North Carolina team that eventually made it to the ACC championship game. A loss to Mizzou, who was not in the SEC at the time in 2011. A loss to LSU, a really good LSU team that, of course, went to the national championship game the year after. That game played in Atlanta, 30-24 final. That same season in 2010, North Carolina defeated Tennessee in the Music City Bowl by a field goal to finish at 8-5. There you see the records of the SEC competition. 2007, a loss against South Carolina, 21-15. Then games against Texas and Oklahoma, so you got to credit North Carolina's scheduling here, going out of conference and getting bludgeoned by a top 10 Texas team by 31 points and by 2 touchdowns against a top 10 Oklahoma team in 2001. And then they also played Texas in 2001 as well, got blown out by 30, but they also had a win against Auburn, 16-10 in the year 2001. Add it all up, we've got North Carolina with 4 wins, 11 losses against the SEC, 2-4 against South Carolina. They did play 7 ranked teams out of those 15 games. The North Carolina teams were pretty good. We just saw the Big Ten comparison. Check out the video. 109-84 were these North Carolina teams taking on SEC teams that were slightly better at 118-69. So you see the winning percentage differential. You also see the point differential. So not only is North Carolina losing the games at 4-11, they lost by 138 points on the scoreboard. Actually, there's no Alabama here. The last time the Heels took on the Tide, they actually won the game. 1993 CarQuest Bowl. As I stated in the Big Ten video, North Carolina, at first recollection of football history, comes to mind as a pretty good football program that's had some high points, that sends players to the NFL on a regular basis. They're like top 15 to 20 in terms of NFL production. But at the college level, let's face it, they've just been showing us a lot of promise, but they don't really pull through. And now Mac Brown's working on 5 to 6 seasons there. Did get to an ACC championship game. Did take a good Oregon team down to the wire in the Holiday Bowl and went to the Orange Bowl, as we mentioned, against Texas A&M. But they win like 55 to 60% of their games. It's nothing special at North Carolina. They've not won the ACC in forever. They will leave the conference having not won a conference championship since the early 80s. Never won a major bowl game. When we're looking at North Carolina and the SEC, North Carolina is going to be another Mississippi State, Arkansas. If that, Arkansas has been to 3 conference championship games in its 30-year history in the SEC. Or pre-Brady Cook and the resurgence here in the last 2 years at Mizzou when they were playing 500 football. That's what North Carolina projects to. Mizzou, Arkansas, Mississippi State in the SEC. If you agree, thumbs up. If you disagree, leave the comments down below. Just make sure you bring facts with you. Please subscribe and like the video. And keep in mind that we broke down North Carolina and their exit from the ACC in a number of videos, so check those out, and what they bring to the table and what they bring to the football field and the basketball court, of course, both in the Big Ten and the SEC. Keep it locked in here at the Voice of College Football, and we will see you next time.